Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, I'm Nerdarchy Steve, and tonight I'm joined by all these fine nerds. We're going to play some Dungeons and Delving, a D&D game show created by Nerdarchist Ted, our game master and DM for this evening. He had an awesome idea that kind of happened a little while ago, like 20 years ago. But that was great. Great minds think alike. I'll let Nerdarchist Ted tell you all about the game, but before we do that, we also have our special friends Robin Miller, Carlos Rivera, and Bobby Partridge all in the house. We have links in the description. Hopefully I put them there to finding them across the interwebs. If I didn't, I will definitely get those in there, but I think they are in there. With that, I'm going to chuck it to you, Ted, so you can tell people about what we're doing here tonight.
All right. So, while this is not my usual forte, I'm going to do something that don't normally do. I'll start off with the recap. This is season 2, so we had a 12 episode long campaign where the illustrious heroes decided to enter into a competition. Dungeons and Delving Season 1, Team's Adventures sign up for a competition show, all for the chance to win glorious fame and profit. Last season, our illustrious heroes, the sensational Chimera, not only won the competition, but also the hearts of the viewers at home. After the final competition, our adventurers here entered the prize room and walked away with some unknown prizes. As the group leaves the prize booth, a harsh voice, not heard before, speaks loudly, but only to our adventurers. It says, "How dare you mess with my plans and profit?" A second voice is immediately heard, following in a dull, almost robotic voice. "Fail safe, fail safe, fail safe." Then everything goes black. And that is where we ended last season. Now returning, we moved outside the prize booth. The dungeon master, the infamous host of the show, gets a puzzled look on his face. "Heroes, Team Sensational Chimera." And he kind of turns towards the audience. "While we figure this one out, let's hear a word from our sponsors." He pulls out his microphone and looks towards the back of the booth. "Controller, where's our winners?" A brief pause. "What do you mean you don't know where they are?" "Okay, well, while we're off the air, do as we did last time and write up a brief exit for our winners. We're back in 5, people." 6 months later, rumors abound. After the prize ceremony, no one is heard from Team Chimera, fans and celebs alike. If these are winners, if these winners were supposed to get fame, why have we not heard from them? We zoom to outside the studio where a silent protest happens. People are gathered. Team Chimera apparel and signs asking where is the team. One such figure might look familiar as we close in on a face, seeming to lead those in a small crowd. She pulls out her custom tech box and says, "Okay, fans and friends, it has been 6 months with no sign of our friends. I was there that day. The Nebula and her companions never came out of the prize booth. No matter what they try and tell you, we will get answers." She turns off her text box, flicks her multicolored hair back from her face as she looks up to the night sky, sadness on her face. We fade to black once again. Team Chimera. The last thing you remember is hearing that robotic voice saying, "Fail safe." A sensation of falling grips you. The sensation ends and the blackness fades. You don't see the studio, any previous contestants, or the dungeon master, but instead, you smell the open air, open plains to one side, mountains to the other. And down what seems to be a somewhat heavily trodden path appears a fairly large figure moving in your direction. What do you do?
And I begin juggling some cutlery, just in case.
Did we just get isekai'd?
You are also holding your prize orbs as well. So if you wish to try and stash those or examine those as you see fit.
I will place it in my bag.
Incorporate them into my juggle.
As the figure draws closer, it appears to be a large hippo person. I don't know how many of you, if any of you, have ever seen a GIF, but it is indeed one such that is heading in your direction.
Oh there, stranger. Are you part of these shenanigans?
Hurry, you don't have much time. We gotta get to the safe zone. Hurry.
And you'll explain there?
Of course.
All right,
Hurry.
lead on.
So I traverse my way through this area, going through some foliage. Almost like, come on, hurry up! Don't lollygag about.
Following along, looking around, do I see Tabitha?
You do not.
Hey, Nebula, Burke, were you briefed on any safe zones? I don't remember this part of the show. I don't ever remember seeing this part of the show. And also, where's Tabitha?
I don't know. But we should probably look for Tabitha and wait for her, right?
You're a ranger. See if you can find any tracks.
Can I see any sign of her that she's like walked away from us or anything like that?
None whatsoever.
What
If you
about
value
Hefty?
your
Hefty, can Hefty catch a whiff?
I don't know. He's a Ganchuan. They don't really have prominent noses. I don't know if they have a good sense of smell.
I don't know. You can smell him from a mile away, usually.
so if you don't mind me, Ted, creating an obstacle out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
If you all value your lives, you'll go down this path, and I balance my way on kind of like a almost like a tree trunk, if you will, that's been collapsed.
Oh,
To make more way, and if anyone was to follow, you guys would see kind of like a city or kind of like a village, if you will. And I'm definitely gonna make my way towards this dilapidated tree trunk.
Hear me out. That is a very prominent landmark. I'm pretty sure that Tabitha is smart enough to find it if she ends up in this area, but we don't know that she even got dumped in the same place we did.
that's true. And I don't see a lot of signs of her even coming with us. Maybe it was just the three of us. Well, four of us, and he pats Hefty.
We will keep our eyes open. We will keep listening, but that sounded really serious, and I think we should move.
I'll sheath my cutlery and pouch my prizes.
Does this hippo
Say that
person
again, Dave?
seem particularly trustworthy to us?
I said I was going
mean-
to sheath my cutlery and pouch my prizes before going over the
Okay.
waterfall.
Sorry, I didn't hear the word pouch.
Oh.
I thought, in motion, you were going to start to open them. So I was trying to prepare for that. So, all right. Before too long, you can see a clear fence, a borderline crossing between, what would be wilds and bordered, settlement, and a screech. I'm not quite sure what other terminology to use is heard in the sky, as just before you cross into the town. You don't see anything. It only cries once, but as you cross over, the sound stops.
So, real quick, GM, the fence, the village, do they appear modern like we're used to when we're not on the set of Dungeons and Delving, or do they seem like something else?
It's definitely more rudimentary.
Does it remind us
The-
way more of the set than the real world?
I mean, worse than the set. This appears to be made where wood has been, farmed from trees, cut down with, by hand with axes.
Just
and,
what I
and
mean
shaped.
is this: when I refer to the set of Dungeons and Delving,
Mhm.
everything is reconstructed to look like a dungeon or a medieval
Okay.
setting.
No, this does give you the concept of a medieval setting. Yes.
Okay.
I would like to check social media.
Give me a tech check.
Oh shit! Well, what is our Twitter called?
It was Hark, remember?
Park. Yeah.
Question. Wait, no, never mind. No time has passed. I was going to ask if Hark has been ruined by a corporation or anything, but never mind.
Well-
no, just one billionaire.
Well, my character has a question for y'all.
Dirty 20.
Oh,
All right, you
I'm
can't
good at
seem to
tech.
connect at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say I wasn't suspecting that.
It's just spinning.
Are Freddie and are my
Yes.
Yeah,
you
they're
still
online.
you still have your tech boxes.
Okay, cool.
Or well, the tech box is your
No,
your
my
implement
little
for-
drones that like camera
Yes.
for me.
Yes,
Cool.
you still have them. They're still powered. They still work. You just aren't attached to the network to be able to do anything with.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So
I can work with that.
So, my new friend, what is your name, and why did you just scoop us up in your wake? I am Enzo. You may have heard of me. I'm a famous chef.
my character looks you all up and down. Without giving a direct answer, you can see he looks very cautious of you all for a quick moment. Takes a deep breath and then extends his hand. Arnold Shortman. For those that ain't paying attention, Arnold was my last character in Zoo Mafia. Yeah. Did you guys win by any chance?
We won a lot, but wait a minute. Were you on the show before? Were you watching? You one of the fans? We can give you an autograph.
No, laddie. I don't need your autographs. If anything, I'm surprised you ain't asking and fawning over my autographs. And when I kind of do a little flex, but
Oh boy.
don't tell me you guys haven't heard of the Galleon Gifts.
So, Burke, as a previous watcher of
Mhm.
Dungeons and Delving, give me a history check with advantage.
Sure. I like history. I'm trained in it because I'm a Dwell. I have that one, and I'll take the first one. It's a 12.
A 12. So, you tell me, do you remember the character or the team? But you don't get both.
I remember the team, not the character.
All right. So, in a previous season iteration, call it whatever you will, there was the Glorious Gifts, and it was a team of hippo people that had come in, and this hippo man before you is claiming to be part of that team.
It's
Hmm.
almost like remembering the whole, D-Generation X from WWE. You're not going to remember every member.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I know about the Glorious Gifts. I don't remember the one with the pointy hat. Your hat is very pointy, by the way.
What's a GIF? Oh, those moving images? We call them GIFs where I'm from.
No, we don't.
Cringe.
Over my dead body will we?
I thought we called those geefs.
Literally, as you say it, Arnold goes, "What year is this?"
You kidding me? Back when we used to watch, when we were back in cooking school, we loved sharing the Mithril Chef gifts. They're great.
Oh my god. Well, I'd like to welcome you all to Castoff. It's not much of a village, but We all, do what we can. We each pull our own weight. We need to work together in order to survive this. As long as we can survive.
What are you talking about? I'm looking to open a restaurant. I got things to do.
We're
Wait a
not.
minute.
You're not gonna like try to tell us that we're in the back rooms or something.
Listen. I definitely know you guys should talk to the leader of this village right now. Okay. I mean, I he'll give you all the information.
You're coming with us?
Hey, have you
Absolutely.
seen Tabitha? And I described Tabitha to Arnold. Big sword, likes to give out little sword pendants. It's great. I think she might have died, but she kind of got better. Or maybe she was still dead. It was a little confusing.
Have I seen Tabitha? I don't believe so. Listen, while your character you're describing is it looks like do a good addition a part of the show, but the sun is going down. I must take you to Ermox fast.
Will we get
Alright.
answers there as to what that screech was? And I'm following as I'm speaking.
You'll get all the information. Yes.
Is
So
Ermax for an upset stomach? It sounds like a stomach medication.
Is this like a bonus round? Are we going to be able to get even more prizes?
You get to live. That's your prize.
Well, that's kind of weak. I'm already alive.
You get to maintain it.
Well, I wouldn't take that for granted though, because Tabitha was only questionably alive.
Good point, Burke.
So as you're walking through this town settlement, what have you, you know, what you saw with the fences holds true with the buildings that are here. They're not fabulous. They're sturdy. They're strong, but they're far from pretty. The largest of these dwellings, has some kind of homage. You're not certain exactly what it is. It's not quite a crown. It's more like half a circlet that's been kind of stained or painted or decorated in gold. And Arnold knocks upon the door, and you hear thump, 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 as apparently whoever is moving across the floorboards, and their footsteps are quite heavy. As the door opens, you see a minotaur stands tall and imposing. Its fur is deep, rich brown that is a contrast to its golden adornments. The most striking features are its massive curling horns, which gleam like polished gold in what little light there is. Arnold, what do we have here?
We have more winners.
Well, you know that not everyone that falls is a winner. Welcome to Castoff. I am Arumax. I led this place for a number of years. Welcome to your new prison.
What? Prison?
You
We didn't do anything wrong. We're beloved.
Yeah.
As you guys just casually are surprised, I'm just cleaning my gun just casually, like same routine.
So he steps out. I imagine you come from or near the studio.
We just won and got our prizes. I pull out one prize ball.
It's not the first orb that I've seen brought here. I don't know why people are selected. I don't know how we are brought here. Not all that exist within Castoff are members of the show.
Wait a minute. Did you
Are
guys
those-
did you also, before you were sent here, hear something about a safeguard?
No.
Oh.
There are some who were competitors who disappeared in the middle of a run. There are some that are apparently like yourselves that have won and yet found themselves here instead.
Wait a minute. Did you recently have another group show up?
There are people that arrive fairly frequently.
Well, I mean, there's only one show. It's one season a year, right, Ted?
Typically two. Um,
And while we were competing, didn't one of the teams disappear?
yes.
Okay. Sorry. Go.
But some people that arrive here have no knowledge of the show. So it is a bit of a conundrum. But what is known is you're in a harsh place. We only have what we can take from this world or that which is brought within. I doubt while you entered the prize booth, you came with rations.
I start pulling out the treats that I make. I mean, I don't like to get hungry because I get cranky when I'm hungry, and I know other people get cranky when they're hungry. So I always try and have snacks.
Well, there's a difference between snacks and sustenance.
Oh, that's only because you have not tasted my cooking.
Can I try to
You're in
cast something?
Sure.
Okay. I will start by producing flame. Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay. So Burke will just be like, hold on, I think I got something in here. And he'll like rummage through his pack a little bit and he pulls out this tiny twig and he's like, I got it. And then he'll like blow. And when he does, it sprouts flowers that then form into berries and I cast good berry. So
Okay.
I just have like a bunch of little berries and I'm like, well, this is food if you want some.
I am good for now. I appreciate your willingness to share. That is a tantamount ability here within Castoff. In order for us to survive, we all must help however our talents suit.
Arnold will look at one of these berries like, you think all this could feed me? Yeah, how many good berries do you allow me to pick up? I know all I need is one. The character, the player knows all I need is one. But...
I make 10. You can have all 10 if you want them. But if you take more than one, he'll be like, I don't think you should take more than one at a time. Hefty can only eat 5.
Tell you what, I'm gonna roll a d10 and tell you how many I pick up. I was just able to snag one. You're quicker than me.
I think Hefty's probably quicker than you because he'll probably eat the other ones.
I try to swipe and grab one, like, I'm a big man! A big man! And oh dear God, I am so full right now.
Yeah, it just kind of keeps growing and growing as it goes down.
Oh, Irma, they're legit. This is gonna be a big part of the community.
They're also very sour.
We have some that are farmers, some that are hunters, some that handle normal things here within town. We have our stalkers that not only bring back meat, but fight off the predators that lurk outside the walls.
You got electricity?
No.
Hey, Burke, see me after this.
Okay.
The other thing is, you see the borders of the fence? Typically, monsters don't come in. And the challenges don't come in either. But if you step past that gate, at any point in time, a monster could be on you, or you could find yourself wrapped up in whatever sick games this world likes to play. You guys
Burke will raise
won.
his hand.
You guys won the delving competition, which means you're experienced. But this place is not exactly a fun zone. What is it that I can help you with?
So I just have a question. When we say monsters, are we talking like actual categorical monstrosities, or are we using a judgmental term for people we don't like?
I'm talking about the things with fangs and claws and, wants to eat you for your flesh.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we are talking about like large creatures. So I don't know how outdoorsy you are, but like there are monstrosities, and then there are other types of creatures that may look like monstrosities, but they're actually not. And he starts like rambling on this nerd tangent about creature types.
So he listens to you go for a little while. There's been smaller dragons, there's been monstrosities, there's been aberrations, and of course there are typically beasts that are out there as well. We hunt some for their fur and some for their meat, and use what best we can to make, tools and armor. Like I said, not everybody who comes here is prepared for the life that is necessary, and those we try to keep within the walls.
So, how much exploring have you done?
Well, we've been here for a little while, years, but it's been a process of trying to learn the forest, trying to stay away from the mountains. There's things there that are quite terrible. Problem with the plains is they're open and exposed. So far, we've not found anything that gives us any indication of something different than this. Some of our most experienced stalkers have gone out, and once they've reached a certain point, they have been moving. But those that are a little bit more aware have felt that they're not actually traversing anywhere.
So artificial boundaries.
Possibly.
Well, they've got to be doing that somehow. And
Give
given
me a tech check.
23.
So that within the world of Dungeons and Delving, much of the hazards and rooms that you delve are magically created. They are shaped every time. It's not like, oh, today you're going through this delve that you're going to a different room. It's all composed within the singular room. Sometimes monsters are caught from the wild and brought in, and you're actually fighting and killing the thing. Sometimes they are magically programmed in, if you will. So you get the speculation that while there is no tech here, this is all probably a program.
I explained that immediately.
Does that mean in theory we could dispel this place?
I think it would take a lot, but if we got the right information, yeah, I think we have a shot.
We don't have anyone here that has been gifted with that kind of thing before you. What was your name?
Nebula.
Well, welcome, Nebula. Maybe you're the key to finding out how to undo this. But until you do, everyone is stuck here.
Yeah, that's not going to work for me. So I think we're really going to have to figure something out.
Enzo, you could take this as a vacation from Chef Bob, who you hate very virulently.
Yeah, but right now, Chef Bob is going to be out there cooking and exposing people to his inferior culinary arts. And that's a crime that I cannot let stand. I got to get out of here.
That's valid. Maybe you could do like a wilderness cooking show using David and Freddie.
I mean, yeah, but Nebula already said there's no internet.
Well, there's no internet, but we could film it now and release it later, and then we can do some editing magic and it could look super cool. But first I need to find a way to charge my stuff. And I'm going to need it.
Is your stuff magically charged or electronically charged?
Well, typically electronically charged, but I was thinking it couldn't be too hard to manufacture something to convert magical charging to electronic. I mean, we're smart, right? We're resourceful. And I've got parts and stuff.
Well, if you're looking for access to some elemental, Darius might be able to help you, though most of his magic is a little bit geared towards the divine. But he likes to influence the weather to make things better for crops and better for those here in town.
Sounds like a useful person to know, all right?
Where there
So
could be lightning.
I'm going to ramble off the names from the members of the missing team and ask if they show up.
Let me check up here with the teams. Yeah, you start going through the list. He shakes his head and it's like, I'm not recognizing those names at the moment.
That's actually a good thing. That means that they might have ended up where Tabitha did.
It's true. Maybe there's many outcasts. Castoffs.
Well, if there are, we'll find them too.
So I think this has been a bit of a shock, but should you have any questions, you can talk to anybody here. You're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna help out the town.
Well,
And if you're one of those types that are not interested, then he just kind of points back the way you came. Because everyone who stays here in the town has got to help in some way.
I'm a master chef. I cook. That's what I do.
Running low on supplies. Maybe recon some food and you can whip something up for us.
I would be more than happy to go out on a hunting expedition. see what fine culinary delights lie just inside the gates.
Got any
But-
copper?
You need coins or just copper itself?
Just copper itself.
I'm certain there's some here somewhere.
All right. Give me a little bit. I'll give you an example of what I can do for you.
You know, I've seen this TV show one time where they would like go out in space from planet to planet and they would find monsters and they were like cooking them and whatnot. It was like ingesting and questing or something. It was very interesting. Perhaps we could do something like that.
Well, if you're gonna go out and eat monsters, then by all means. Well, you can looks around and points to, a house. Says that one's not occupied. If you want to claim that one for the lot of you. I don't know what else to say. Nobody likes hearing the news, but I've said it a lot.
So how far into the mountains have people made it?
Typically, those that start the climb don't come back.
Yeah, that's probably where we should go.
Probably.
But first,
So what do you guys?
hunting.
So what do you guys do?
I'm gonna go hunting, but before we go hunting, I want to check my balls.
All right. So do you do it out there within
Nah, I go to
in the streets? Do you...
I go to the house hut, whatever that they said we could use.
All right. So you open up the one, and you kind of, you shake it, and they all seem to rattle with weird sounds. When you pop open the first one, a large sack just kind of falls out, and as soon as it's cracked open, the orb literally disappears, and a black velvet sack hits the ground, and as it does so, you hear the sound of chink as coins clink against each other. You look down and you open it up, and it is a fairly decent sack of coins and gems.
That's not gonna be super useful here.
Copper pieces
You
might.
go,
It's all platinum.
you go to the next one, and it again makes that same weird shaking noise, and as you kind of crack it open, a scroll falls to the ground, and you unfurl it, and it has got your name on it, and as you kind of pull it open like a typical scroll would, it's a contract. It's got Enzo's cooking show in kind of quotation marks, all of the legal jargon of, oh, let's find a name to insert in this place and what have you. And the next two kind of fall into the same boat. Two more contracts that you tell me, what kind of things would Enzo be looking for, because it would be kind of mirrored off of the things that you would have put down in your registration. Then you pull out the last two, and as you open the first one, a pair of knives. Sorry, not a pair. A set of knives, 3 knives, kind of fall out, and they thunk, thunk, thunk into the wood at your feet. Each of them are finely crafted and are perfectly balanced. And I will send you the information of the culinary precision blades. The last one, as you open that one, you find an enchanted chef's apron.
Nice.
Ooh.
Well, apparently Zoom says the message is too long, so I will send it to you via Facebook.
Arnold, we might be able to use someone who could help us understand how our talents could fit into the town better. Would you like to come over to our apparently new house?
Arnold definitely nods up and down, but anyone who can tell, it's almost like someone who has almost like a farmer that's seen too many winters, very depressed, very downtrodden. It's like, you know, um, I guess, you'll be my comrades for now. I've been solo for a bit, but it'll be nice to see familiar faces day in, day out.
So as you kind of, come back, you see Enzo kind of going through, his assortment of prizes.
Arnold, what happened to the other glorious gifts?
Man. That remember the announcements that happened that happens from time to time. Just random challenges that occur. One was taken by a griffin. Other one didn't last too long before he even got here. Literally, he found himself in a firefight that, let's just say, left him. He was better off dead than his current state.
There's more fire than fight.
Yeah, a lot more fire than fight. Yeah. Two of them were captured by some residences, and I use that word. You see Arnold using quotations, residences, natives of this land that thrive. Here, haven't seen them since. Probably already eaten.
So Nebula and Burke, you guys see that Enzo has kind of gone into his prize orbs. Do you guys do the same, or do you just leave them for now?
Yeah, it seems like a good idea. See what's in there.
Sure, why not?
All right, so Nebula, I'll go through it quickly. You had actually found 3 orbs that have sacks of coins and gems, so you're fairly well loaded. You have a two contracts, again, based off of what you put in your registration paperwork. So if you're looking for a new album or to kind of change what fame, you can kind of do that.
I was at the time. I think that Nebula's goals changed over the course of the series, so I'm gonna go with she has what she wanted at the beginning of the series because I think that's a more interesting character move.
And then the last one is a cloak, a cape that looks like it is woven from threads of starlight.
Ooh.
Shimmers with a slightly magical glow.
I put that on immediately.
Just put that onto Discord for you. And then as Burke, You got 2, 2, and 2, so you also have 2 contracts. I imagine one of them is, instead of actually doing anything to bring you fame, it is just a straight up, the deed to the farm has been paid for.
Hey,
Um, the other one, you let us know, or you figure out what kind of contract would Burke be interested in. You also got 2 sacks of coins and gems. Then as you go into your, go ahead.
I think Burke was probably interested because if you remember, he didn't really want to stay on the farm, even when he joined the Dungeons and Delving. And so he probably arranged for hired help for his parents for the farm so that he didn't have to be dependent on as much, like him and his siblings.
Right. And then as you kind of get into the stuff, you wind up seeing an amulet that looks like it is crafted from vines and leaves. While it is solid, it's not brittle and looking to break. It, in every way, shape, or form, feels like it's actual plants. The second item that falls out is an intricately carved longbow, and adorned with motifs of flourishing crops and nature's bounty.
Ooh.
That has just been dropped into Discord for you.
Nice. So yeah, I will put on the amulet and be like, how does it look?
Fantastic.
It's not quite as fancy as Nebula's cloak, but it seems more appropriate.
It suits you.
So, Arnold, do you think we could rescue your friends that were taken?
Many years ago, but
Oh, this didn't happen yesterday.
No, I wish. I've been
He said he's
here.
been, working alone for a while. So
But it's no worries. I was optimistic from time to time as well, but this place just kind of squeezes a little bit out of you every single day. I just realized my character's gonna be the person shit. He's gonna be the Debbie Downer taking in the newbies that are so happy to be around.
You're our Eeyore.
Right?
thanks for noticing me.
Oh. But yes. I guess I would check up to see how everyone else is doing in regards of checking to see and figuring out who's going to be coming with the hunting expedition.
So Burke, Nebula, Arnold wants to know if either of you are interested in joining him and Enzo on a hunting expedition.
I have a couple of other things that I need, so sure.
I could do that. Yeah. Nebula, what did you want to talk about?
Energy.
Energy.
You know magic.
I know
a little magic and some technology. I'm thinking if we put our heads together, we can get this place lit up.
That would be really nice. I mean, I can make fire.
As you say, make this place lit up, I'll do the dancing lights cantrip. Like this, lit up.
Like that, but so that anyone can do it.
I see, okay.
So you would know that Mirabelle Emberflame is the resident fire mage and hearthkeeper here within Castoff. And she is the one who makes sure that torches are lit and Now, if anybody has either heat or light needs, uh, she is the one that people usually go to. Uh, she's got an inexhaustible amount of ability to produce fire, but she is not super powerful in the applications thereof. Like she's
That's
not
really cool.
launching fireballs all over the place.
Okay, I will keep that in mind, and I want to make sure that I've got something to show her before we approach.
You must be a Way of the Four Elements monk then. That was just a joke.
It was funny.
But yeah.
And Arnold would also be able to tell Enzo that, since cooking usually uses fire, she has, helped with cooking, but she is not in any way, shape, or form a chef. But as the name kind of comes out there, this is going to happen a lot, Bobby, so be prepared. Give me a history check with advantage.
Okay, I love these. I love history checks. They're great. Let's see. I'm gonna roll my Baldur's Gate 3 dice if it will let me do the thing. It's thinking about it. Okay, you didn't want to think about it. Well, let's try this. Try it again. There we go. Ooh, natural 18 plus 5, 23.
All right. So you remember a tiefling by that name who used fire that competed in a previous iteration or previous season. She was part of the Brawling Beholders.
Oh, was she part of that beholder group?
No.
Yes. Come on. These young whippersnappers don't have appreciation for good TV these days. Yes. And I'm still like, really, just the gifts. That's all you heard about, right?
Yeah.
So you remember, and he's remembering, he was even older than I was. Damn it, come on.
Let me think. Well, I remember. And he's gonna try to remember any of the gifts, the glorious gifts at all that he can remember. And probably get something that's like close but not really there. And it's not you at all.
Give me one more check then.
Okay, let's see. Oh, now you want to work when I click that. Sure. 22.
All right. So you can recall the team. You apparently still have a block on Arnold. But you can rattle off the names of the other three members and some vague details about them.
So I remember there was this one and this one and this one. I don't remember the pointy-hatted one. Are you sure you were on that team?
Arnold Shortman.
Yeah, you're not very short, though. I think I would have remembered that.
That was the pun, the tallest of the gifts. Oh. Literally his face palm and kind of like almost like 3 layers of like embarrassment I'm feeling for like was I not funny enough, not witty enough, not strong. He kind of like
I'm gonna
goes to work through his poses in his head and like
I'm gonna extend this even further to give Arnold a complex. While not everyone who comes to Castoff is as fervent a fan as Burke, you've encountered a number of other people who have watched the show that have remembered the glorious gifts, but not a single one of them has remembered Arnold.
Oh, it's a conspiracy. There's something going on.
I guess another reason why I feel like like damn it, come on, there hasn't been. You know what? My charisma is 8, so when I'm not doing good on the
Oh.
show.
Perhaps that's that, or perhaps it is, something else about your crazy past.
I remember you.
That's right.
I remember you now. Of course. How could I forget? Or rather, I remember your name. See, I watched this TV show when I was very little, and my parents said it was not really appropriate for my age at the time. But it was about these zoo animals that were actually like mobsters, right? And there was a hippo in there, I think. And did you get your name from that?
Yes. That was my spin-off show based off a true story, mind you. If you want to catch it, I know it's somewhere on the internet somewhere if you guys want to watch that as well. But
I don't know what you guys are talking about. You watch too much TV. Let's go hunting.
That's all I could have energy to do after farm work. You basically get up, eat a breakfast. It's far too large for anyone. And then you go do farm work and you come inside, you collapse on the couch and meander on to bed at a reasonable hour. That's life.
yeah,
That wasn't my life. What about you, Nebula?
Oh, nowhere close. As a matter of fact, I was lucky to get a couple of pieces of lettuce for breakfast before I was out the door and getting ready, and this is probably going to be nothing like that.
So, where's the plumbing?
I point towards a little bit of bushes out in the skirts. We do what we can.
There is no plumbing, but there are some outhouses.
That's valuable fertilizer right there.
The leery of those outhouses. All right, let's go hunting.
All right, so are you resting first, or are you
YOLO!
Oh, hell yeah, we're
Okay.
resting
Go-
first.
going whole cloth as is?
I do not have my last HP written down because that was over a year ago, so we had best be resting.
Yeah, same.
Well,
Sure.
I'm using my character sheet from D&D Beyond, so it's got me listed up.
So
But we can rest.
Burke will ask if Arnold, do we need to have anything like contribution wise for dinner?
First nights is always free. The only hospitality we can provide in regards to, you know, uh, making it this far. But, we won't turn down any what you guys can contribute, of course. Doesn't have to be much. Clean up a little bit, do your share. Enzo might be able to take what little supplies we do have and make something out of nothing. I don't know, but anything helps. Everything helps.
I will let's see. Well, before we head out in the morning or whatever we're doing, I will offer up a treat to everybody.
I know better than to turn it down.
Oh yes. Enzo treats are the best treats. I will also, if we're going hunting, let me look and see how long this lasts. An hour. So once we get into where we think we're going to start properly hunting, I'll cast Pass Without Trace on us. Can I ritually cast that?
No.
No. And it is concentration. Okay.
Just don't get hit. It's fine.
I will ritually cast Speak with Animals in case I encounter any animals, though. So yeah, Burke basically just starts messing around with plants and making weird circles in the dirt, and then it will flash briefly, and then it will, like, whatever he was making is gone.
So everybody can have a treat, which will give you 4 temporary hit points.
Hey, love temporary hit points.
Thank you.
While you sleep, you find the bed certainly not anywhere near as comfortable as your lodgings within the Dungeons and Delving studio. Enzo, for some reason, your mind drifts to or thinks about, in some way, shape, or form, Tabitha. What directional thought does this have? It could be a memory. It could be, just a general thought pattern, or it could be something, completely bizarre and made up.
All
But
right.
what transpires? What do you dream?
So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Tabitha was the only one that went wholly in on my schemes to undermine the other teams, and she was my co-conspirator. So we're doing that. We're doing some crazy shit. She's going into people's dreams and just like poking them all night so they can't sleep. I'm preparing food that is going to give people explosive diarrhea. Whatever it takes to make them lose, especially Chef Bob. Fuck.
All right. Okay. Let me see here. Burke, you toss and turn the whole night. Can't get comfy. Your brain won't settle. I can't change what your hit points are and what spells are because you don't have your old sheet. But you're not rested. So you're gonna have a -1 to everything today as you wake up with a point of exhaustion.
Okay. So yeah, he'll get up uncharacteristically early, which is weird because he already gets up pretty early. And he's just gonna lumber out in his plaid PJs and go brush Hefty. And
So
kind
you're
of talk to
outside
him.
you're outside doing this?
Yeah. Just go outside and start brushing Hefty and patting him and talking to him and reminiscing about the farm and how he's glad that at least it seems like hopefully everybody's taken care of back home.
So as you're doing this, the morning light is just starting to peek over the horizon. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you're pretty perceptive, right?
I am fairly perceptive, yes. Not like trained in it, but like I have a good wisdom.
Sure. So after you're outside a couple minutes, talking as you do to Hefty, um, you catch something out of the corner of your eye. And as you look over, you see a short halfling woman, kind of leaning up against, one of the buildings. She's a fair distance away, and she's kind of like, you don't know if she's studying you or if she's looking at Hefty. But she, is there, and you haven't, obviously, like, you're new here, so you have no idea who this is.
Okay. In halfling, I'll say, well, good morning.
So while I am not going to attempt to to try and match her pace, she speaks very quickly. So I don't know if that's a problem because Hefty likes to read lips. But wow, I haven't seen anybody here that can speak the halfling tongue. That's pretty neat. And
Oh,
as she says this, she crosses the 60 foot of space like it was nothing. She doesn't teleport. She just moves that fast.
okay. Well, hello. I am Burke. I would ask you to please maybe speak just a little slower so I can catch what you're saying.
So you see a look of concentration. Okay, I can move slower if you like.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This is Hefty. I'm Burke. Um, what's your name?
I am Alara Swiftwind. I am the courier and message runner for Castoff.
Oh, so we can get messages from places that aren't here?
Well, typically if something needs to be done around town, I can get there faster than most people, and I occasionally leave town and take messages to the hunters or the stalkers that are out there.
Oh, so it's just people from here.
Yes.
I see. Well, would you like some breakfast? I'm sure that Enzo will be up before too long, or I can get him up and he can whip us something up. He always likes it when I wake him up. That's why he's very grumbly.
Depends upon what he's cooking. There'll be something here prepared before too long.
Well, it's usually fusion elf dwarf cuisine, which I am not as familiar with, even though I am a dwarf.
Ah, is that what you are?
Yes, my
So it's
mom is
not
a
a
dwarf, my dad is an elf.
that's a interesting combination.
Yeah.
No judgments here. The I don't know how true it is, but my parents say that there's some quickling in our line.
Oh, I would believe that. That might be where your name comes from too, because Swiftwind doesn't sound like a halfling name.
It's true.
Well,
Well,
if you want to come inside, I'll introduce you to everybody. I think Arnold might have even stayed the night.
I'm familiar with Arnold. It's not many as big as him here.
Well, Hefty is as big as him, but Hefty
Well,
isn't
I
a.
meant I meant before you. So there are others within your group?
Oh, yes. Nebula is an up and coming star. She's almost as big as Serafina, but she doesn't like you to remind her of that. She likes to think she's as big as Serafina. And then there is Enzo, and Enzo's very good at cooking, but he doesn't play very fair. And we don't know where Tabitha is. And she might be dead. We don't know if she moved on or not.
Well, you're giving an awful lot of details for people that I haven't met, but let's go say hi then. And not thinking she's opening the door before you've even taken your first step.
Okay. So Burke will just call, "Hey everybody, I met a new friend."
Of course you did.
So
Swiftly.
so are Enzo or Nebula actually awake yet, uh or what? Because I mean, like we're talking about it being dawn.
Yeah, I'm imagining that I'm like saying that from underneath like a sleep mask. And it's not like a real sleep mask because of course I didn't have one with me. It's like something that I've sort of like fashioned out of one of my gloves.
You got a piece of twine to kind of wrap
Mhm.
the glove across your face. You lift up a couple of fingers to look, and you see this very sweet looking face kind of standing over top of you.
Happy obscenely early in the morning to you too.
So I'm Alara. Your friend out there said to come in and meet you guys. You're apparently new here.
Oh, he could have waited in a couple hours at least. I mean, I usually do lunch and dinner, not so much breakfast.
Well, I can go if you want.
I'm Nebula. Give me just a moment. I will, I don't know if we have a kettle in here or not. We sort of just got here.
Yeah,
But if
this
we
is
do, I'll
not
put it
like
on.
this is not like, a full-on apartment. This is you've got a room that's got beds. You've got some space that's clear floor, but the amenities are definitely not here.
Oh, Enzo Belanger. Oh, semi-world famous chef. You're here. You might as well stay. I kind of roll out of bed. Well,
So
uh,
she inquires, and again, like, she speaks really really quickly, and she's trying to slow it down, but as she gets into the conversation, occasionally it goes fast until somebody tries to reel her back in. But as you guys are waking up, she gets into this conversation, asking about who you are, and how you got here, and what was your role. um, you know she says that she's not sure, like, she was not part of some kind of competition. She didn't work for the studio, but you know somehow she still found her way here, and she's kind of been stuck.
are you here to go hunting with us?
Oh, I just happened to see your friend out there, and I'd never seen one of those furry things before, so I decided to come take a look. And then when he saw me, he was speaking halfling, which nobody speaks halfling.
Yeah, he does. Yes. I mean, he's very multicultural. You know, mom was an elf and his dad was a dwarf, or reverse that. I always forget. But he has some really interesting ideas when it comes to dwarven and elven fusion cooking. Might actually incorporate some of those dishes. Oh, once I open my restaurant, or maybe in my cuisine line that's going to be coming out once we get out of here.
Well, if you're gonna stay for a bit, I mean, she kind of like rolls her eyes a little bit, but you got to be really perceptive to see it because she does it fast. Um, nobody's gotten out of here before, so if you're gonna do it, great. But we could certainly use a bona fide chef to make some decent food here. Got any experience at catering?
Have I got experience at catering? I've done all kinds of cooking.
I just meant that like, it's not a huge amount. There's still a decent amount of people here. We're in the dozens.
You're a lot nicer than I am, Ted. I would have been like, oh great, well, look outside, there's a whole like soup kitchen line full of people. You're much more nicer than I am, dude.
Like, no soup
Well,
for
I
you.
mean, it's gotta it's gotta fall to the world that I've created here, and if there are hundreds of people, then that means I've got to create hundreds of people, and I didn't feel like doing that.
All right. Well,
So
I guess we might as well get a move on.
so she kind of chills with you for a little bit before you know running the breadth of the conversations she feels like having, or you guys decide you need to deal with your morning stuff that she wants no part of, and she heads on her way.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys you're ready, and I don't know if you're planning to just go out and find food or if you're going to stop by, what would be referred to the mess hall. But as you're moving through town, whichever direction you feel like going, uh, you know, a half elf that is known to Arnold has a polished suit of armor on and has some kind of emblem upon his left breast. Uh, as he makes himself known, Arnold kind of calls out to you guys in a little bit of a whisper. That is Captain Orion Ironhand. He's in charge of security, and he makes his way over to you guys as a kind of way of introduction and to kind of size you all up. So if you're doing anything to, kind of hide your prowess, if you will, please give me a deception check. If you're not, then don't worry about it. But he is a half elf, and he has got very very stern eyes as he kind of like seems to give you all the look down.
I give it back.
Huh?
I give it back. I give him the same look back.
And then he approaches Hefty. How does Hefty tend to usually deal with outsiders? Please
He
remind
mostly
me.
just sits there. He's a lump.
All right,
And
that's what I thought.
yeah,
But
he's very
Orion
dull.
doesn't seem to have any problem, with Hefty. He gives him a scratch under the chin. I think he's grown in size, so he can't really do the head pat too easily. But he introduces himself and says that he just wanted to have a chance to meet the new inhabitants of our fair town here.
You have very stern eyes.
Well, we don't know who was responsible for all of this, and we don't know what kind of games they're playing at. I've seen lots of people get trapped here, and we've had to say goodbye to a fair few. I just wanted to make sure that Aramak was not wrong. He is a little bit more accepting. I wanted to see with my own eyes, to judge and see if there's anything afoul afoot.
I don't think that I've seen any Aarakocras here yet.
I do not think we have any Aarakocra here.
What was
We've
that
got
thing that was flying overhead screeching? Was that one of these Aarakocras you speak?
I did not hear the scream. But there are plenty of monsters outside the walls. Whoever is looking to torture us likes to play the long game.
How long have you been here?
I've been here a year.
Who's been here the longest?
I do believe it was Aramak who was the first to be brought here. He does not talk much about his past. He has been here for a handful of years.
Were you a
I
delver?
don't know. I was not. No, I was in law enforcement when was in the world, and he names the city that you guys that the station is in. Um, yeah, so there is connection to that particular world with him, but he was not linked to the studio. Uh, the one day on patrol, I was trying to apprehend a suspect, and as I rounded a corner of a building, I was in one step was in the city streets, and the next I fell here.
Were you involved in looking for anything in particular?
What do you mean?
Well, these disappearances have happened in the past with now correct me if I'm wrong, Ted, but these have happened with the game show, right? Like we're not the first ones.
Correct.
So these things have happened in the game show before, right? So in theory, were you looking into that or anyway?
No, I was chasing after a robbery suspect.
What did they steal?
It was some arcane tech component, supposedly, rare and powerful.
That's all you know about it? Maybe Nebula would know something about it. She's very knowledgeable about technology.
So he looks in the direction that Burke looks as he points out Nebula.
And I will repeat the thing that I said yesterday.
Which was what again?
The thing about this being a simulation, probably.
Well, I don't have a lot of experience, with that stuff. I mean, sure, his heart kind of, or like his voice kind of like stops, and like his like hard exterior breaks for a moment, and he takes a quick breath. Sure, the kids watched watched the screen back home, but I mean, it wasn't anything that I ever learned about.
I understand.
So he rattles off a name of a really top of the line component, and I'll come up with something, but my brain hadn't gotten there yet. But imagine, it's it's something that any person wanting to get into the tech game would seriously dream of having.
I'm not going to insult your intelligence by trying to make any promises here, but we'll do everything we can. We have to try, right? I'm sure you all did too. I'm sure you're sitting there thinking that we're stupid, but we have to try.
Like I said, I don't know who's capable of doing what. Every single person has fallen into this world, has had thoughts and ideas of some degree or another. Some have gone mad, not able to handle the primitive lifestyle. Some have flourished here. Some pulled apart from the monotony of their life and enjoyed either the risk or the hard work that this place offers. I'd love to get back home, but as long as I've been gone, I don't know what kind of life I would be going back to. But I'm certainly not gonna stop you. But if that's your designs, just be aware that those who have come before that have gone looking for a way out have not come back. And either they're home and left us here to rot, or they perished out in the wilds.
Then isn't it better that we make the attempt sooner so you won't miss us as much?
Like I said, I'm not gonna stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I fear, my friend, after one meal from Enzo, they will immediately begin to miss me if I disappear.
You've got confidence, I'll tell you that.
There's a
And,
reason for it.
And Aramuk says that you won the show, so that means you're skilled. But there's dangers here that are not the same as the kind of things that you have seen and done previously. Some of us here are quite skilled at hunting, and some of the challenges that you've seen, they can handle. But they've still fallen prey out there.
Hmm.
So I wish you good luck. I'm heading off to breakfast. Are you heading out or are you joining us?
We are heading out to see what we can find to add to the menu.
We ate a
Well,
very
then.
early breakfast with Alara.
Yes, a very early breakfast. And I just level a stare at Burke that I am sure he doesn't notice.
Oh no, he actually sees you staring and then like thinks he has something on his breastplate, so he's just gonna kind of be like,
I break a stick.
So with that, he bids you adieu, and you guys, head to the fence line. As soon as you, kind of cross over, I mean, it's not like there's a gate that needs to be opened and closed. We're talking about these ye old fence where you've got a wooden post with holes in the middle, and there is just rails. Any cat or dog could run underneath the fence, posts, or jump in between. But something about the barrier being present has some kind of an effect here. And even though it doesn't fully enclose the city, once you step past that barrier, there is some kind of sensation that washes over the lot of you. And the sound, the hustle and the bustle of town as people are moving about. There are some, supplies being moved by a cart. There's people greeting each other in conversation. Heck, even the smells wafting from the little bit of the mess hall. All of that is gone, and you now hear, the sound of the wind. You smell, the open air. Something floral, but at the same time, the rush of adrenaline, knowing that there is just danger at any moment.
Before Arnold steps out past the barrier, he does what he ritualistically does a quick prayer to the great gift in the sky, you know, the hope that today is not the day. Then he proceeds.
All right. So what direction are you heading?
I look to Arnold. So where do you think we'll find some good hunting?
Past the fallen tree bridge, we went ahead a little south. Then we'll find if we look toward the sun, if we go fast enough, we might be able to catch a bit of wildlife here.
All right. So who is leading this hunt?
Well, Burke, I think you should take point. This is your whole spiel.
Yeah, I should probably do that. So alrighty then, everybody get ready. And he will sort of like guide the general direction. As they're going, he'll look at Nebula and be like, "Hey Nebula, do you play a lot of video games?"
Sure do.
My
Why do you ask?
My sister plays a lot of video games, my little sister. And she mentioned one time that a lot of these companies that make video games use the same asset packs, whatever that means.
Yep.
But she said that you can usually tell what games do that. And she said it relates to the environment. What do you think about this? Does this match that? And I'm also kind of looking like maybe using survival or something to see if like we're leaving footprints, if the terrain interacts with us normally, like it would if we were actually outside, things like that.
Ted, do you want to roll or is this the help action?
Uh, you can have it be the help action.
Yeah, it's the help action.
So I'm helping you.
No, I'm helping you.
Oh, okay. So I will roll twice. I needed the help because that was a 2. And then a 1. So my better thing was a 9 total.
Literally, as you
All
guys are
right.
talking, if you don't mind me interjecting, as you guys are conversing about video games, game assets and stuff like this, the reason you got a bad roll is because Arnold at some point is going to chime in and say, "You mean like Pong or these asteroid games? You keep shooting at them, and he keeps going back in my old days type things."
So you're not really finding any immediate signs here. Maybe you're too close to town. Maybe the stirrings of the wind or your own recent passage through here has disturbed whatever game is about. So as you're picking up to try to move further in, the cry that you had heard kind of echoes again, but it's joined by what sounds like thunder. A deep rumble happens in the sky, and yet no storm. I mean, there's some fluffy white clouds up there, and as you look, you see something kind of dipping in and out of the clouds. It's moving quickly, so at first glance, it's unable to tell what it is, but it's moving like a snake through the sky.
That doesn't look great. Is there like
and
cover?
then oh, go ahead.
Is there cover? Or are we just on
there is some trees, but I would not call them, heavy cover. You have not gotten far enough away from town to be into like the thick forest yet.
Okay.
Snake tastes a lot like chicken.
It does actually. I would like I just kind of like squat down real quick and draw a little sigil in the dirt and then slap it. And when he slaps it, like the dust kind of like erupts in a perfect circle around everybody, and there's like this flash of light, and everybody has pass without trace.
Okay. So that's not ritually cast then? You're spending this spell slot?
All
right. All right. So this massive creature roaring thunderously emerges from the clouds, a towering fusion of primal might and predatory cunning. Its colossal form, reminiscent of some ancient snake, dominates the landscape, its scales shimmering with crackling electricity. Atop its massive serpentine body rise 3 heads like twisting spires of destruction. The one side, a beheer. The other, a mighty falcon. But its third head, nestled between the monstrous jaws of its brethren, is a massive reptilian head. And it howls with primal ferocity. And it is moving in your direction.
So one of them you said was a bee here. The one is just like a reptile, like a alligator or a crocodile or something. What was the other one?
A massive falcon.
Okay. Oh, that thing is definitely going to taste like chicken.
We probably want to take cover right about now.
I look around. I don't see much cover.
The whole thing seems to have the shades of blue everywhere from dark to a crackling lightning blue, but its wings are massive. Now this thing has got at least a 60-foot wingspan.
Oh my.
What do you do?
Well, can I take cover in the foliage?
As I want to use that pass without trace.
I kind of turn translucent.
Sure.
Yeah. So just
so those of you who are trying to hide, go ahead and drop a stealth roll. Put that in the chat. Thereafter, go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Thank you, pass without trace.
And I'll probably instruct Hefty to just kind of like hunker down since he's translucent. Maybe he'll be mistaken for a grassy knoll or a hill. So let's see. And then initiative, we have.
Oh, man. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
I do multiple.
Okay, I got an 11.
All right, so we got. All right, so Nebula 18 was your stealth and 3 was your initiative. Pretty sure that means you go last. Ah, crap. Stop that. All right, so Burke's at 11. Arnold is at a 16. Enzo is at a 10.
I whisper.
Arnold, what are you doing?
Shooting. I mean, so I'm assuming the 20 stuff means we're not noticed immediately, right?
This thing was moving in your guys' direction as I gave Burke the ability to cast the spell. So it has not changed course. It is up to you to determine whether you want to be safe in the stealth that you rolled, or whether you want to choose to attack.
You know what? I'm going to move a bit south and take the hide action.
Okay. All right.
That
So how
means
far away from the rest of the group do you go?
30 feet. That's my max distance that I can go. If I can find some shrubbery, I'm definitely gonna go down and see what's happening, before I make a complete action. Do I re-roll stealth?
No, that's you're going to use the number that's there. All right. All right. So that leaves 1, 2, 3.
I figure because I'm taking the hide action.
All right. Okay. All right. So as this thing quickly covers the distance, it swoops down and kind of heads directly at you, Enzo. I don't think a 16 hits you.
A 16 does not. Butts up against my shield.
How do you feel about a 22?
Not as good as the 16.
All right. Did not pull the dice out that I was going to need for this encounter. I apologize.
Wait a minute.
But it's going to be 18 points of damage.
Uh-huh.
And the central head is trying to grab you. I need
Okay.
God, an athletics or an acrobatics check. There we go.
I think I am going to go with athletics. Oh, that's not a great roll. So we start our sessions with
Inspiration. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to use that.
Okay.
Oh my God. How's a 12 do?
Well, it does quite well for this creature.
Hmm.
All right. Burke, you're up.
Okay. Time to see what this can do. And since we're attacking, I'm going to use my new longbow that I got. He's gonna try it out. And I don't know if I get anything special for having been hidden, but I am going to fire my longbow.
So you are the only one that is actually hidden from this thing. So you would have advantage.
Okay. So I will roll these and we'll see which one is better. One of those is definitely better. That's a 17 plus 6, 23 to hit. No, 24 I like because it's a +1 bow, right? 24 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Okay. And then a longbow does a D10, right?
D8.
D8. D8. Roll that. And that is a 5 plus 2, 7. 7 damage.
All right.
And then I would like to use my bonus action to command Hefty to attack.
Are you all ranger?
Yeah.
Then you have a second attack as well.
Oh, I have a second attack. I'm going to use that second attack. Do I have advantage on the second one or just the first one?
You would not. You would not because you're no longer hidden.
Okay. So roll that. That is a another 17. Okay, so that is 23 again.
Yep.
And then I will roll another D8 for a total of 3 plus 2, 5. Oh, wait. That should have been 1 more damage, and this is 6 damage because it's a +1 bow. I keep forgetting I don't usually have a +1 weapon.
Yep. No worries.
So yes, that is what I got for those 2 attacks. And then I'm going to command Hefty to attack.
Okay.
And Hefty uses the Beast of the Land stat block from Tasha's. So I have not updated that in my thing. That's what I was missing. So that's Summon Beast. That's not the right thing. Beast.
And Enzo, you're up next. So
I know I get 2 attacks though. So I'm gonna go with the 2 attacks while I'm looking for that. All right. So I will roll for Hefty. I will roll just both attacks at the same time. And then I'll figure out. So that's a 12 and a natural 1. So I got a natural 1 for the second one.
Is it 12 total, or is that what you got on the die?
A 12 I got on the die. Plus, I'm looking to see what the Beast of the Land gives me. So Beastmaster. It's not listed on D&D Beyond, weirdly enough. The Tasha's companion. I'm not sure why that is, that it's not listed there. So I guess I have to go to Tasha's to find it, maybe? That's my best bet. Sorry, everybody. I'm figuring this out. Optional class features. I bet it's here. Is this what it is? Steady aim. Phantom. Whispers of the Dead. No, that's not it. Nope. I need Ranger, not Rogue. Ranger. Depth Explorer, Canny Revolving, Favored Foe, additional.
Okay. So it's modifier to hit is 2 plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, 2 plus my proficiency bonus. So that is 4, so total of 6. So a 18 for the first hit. The other one
is going to miss. 18 misses. 18
misses. Okay, never mind. Nothing else matters then. I'm going to get this figured out while the combat's going on.
All right, Enzo, you're up.
All right, does a 16 hit?
16 does not.
17?
If 18
17 does not.
If 18 missed, my guy.
I didn't. I was looking at something while you read it.
Sure.
28.
28 hits.
All right. Gonna be 9. I'm gonna use a superiority die. Bump it up to 14 points of damage. It's magic if it matters.
It does not, but it's good to know.
Okay. And it can make a wisdom save, DC 16.
Wisdom DC 16. What are you trying to do to it?
Make it afraid.
Make it afraid. Oh, well, I critted the I crit the save.
Okay. That just takes the extra damage.
Is that on top of the 14 you already did?
No, that's total 14.
Okay. All right. Does that end your turn?
That ends my turn. You know what? I will since I didn't use my bonus action, I will second wind and grab some hit points.
Sure. All right. Nebula, you're up.
Okay. I want to position myself where this thing can't see me, and I want to study it. I want to get an idea of like how it's programmed, if it's programmed or if it was brought from the outside. Like, tell me what I can figure out about this thing while it is being kept busy. What do I need to roll for that?
All right. Make an investigation check.
Okay. 15.
15. With that, you're not confident that this is a program. You think it is, but you aren't sure.
How
And
would
I'll
I
let
litmus
you.
test that?
This is your first real experience of trying to, really dive in. Like, I know you've gotten some knowledge from your time delving, dealing with some code and that kind of stuff. But here the rules seem different. It's not as readily accessed as everything else. So you could try and see if like you could hack its signal. Um, so I would say like you could make a tech check with disadvantage.
Okay. I will take those odds.
And it's gonna be tough.
18.
Was it?
18.
Yeah, you feel like you've got a beat on it. But just like kind of chasing down a hacker, it's like putting up resistance to you.
Okay, awesome.
So like you've lowered the DC should you want to try next round.
Okay.
But you aren't there yet. Arnold.
Is our illustrious cook still in his jowls?
It is within the jowls of the middle head of this bizarre creature.
Enrich. As a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Enzo.
Okay.
So add a +2 to your AC for as up to 10 minutes or as long as I have concentration on this. As my main action, I'm gonna pop out from where I'm hiding, fire off my musket.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna call it out. Second attack, fire off my muskets. Action shards, fire off
Okay.
of my 3 musket shots, basically.
Go for it.
20,
Hits.
24.
Hits.
That's a 17. Shit.
17 misses.
So I'm gonna roll damage twice. 9.
Don't you have extra attack?
That was the third. Yeah, that was the reason why I attacked twice, 3 times. 3 times.
It would be 4 times if you action surge.
I thought it was only once per.
You get 2
Okay.
attacks for extra attack. Action
Oh,
surges, you get another
shit.
set of actions.
Oh, hey, coolio. So, that's 12 damage for the first attack, 9 damage for the second, and yeah, I just read it. It said every time I take the attack action. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so I'm re-rolling. That's gonna be a 20.
That hits. Like a natural 20 or just a dirty 20?
It's dirty as hell, man. We don't do that
Okay.
shit. We don't do natural here, man. Hey, that's
You-
nice.
What do you
So
got?
that's 16 damage plus on that. I'm going to use my Astral Spark ability once per turn. When I hit a target, simple martial weapon, I can just use this ability for just
Okay.
being a GIF. So
Sure.
I'm adding 4 more force damage.
Okay. Wow. So did so 41 points of damage there.
Thanks for distracting it, Enzo.
So you guys watch as this GIF pulls out this massive firearm, and it rattles off 4 times, and 3 of the shots wind up connecting into the hide of this creature and begins to tear open some wounds. The creature kind of like shifts around and it was looking at Arnold, and I need let's see here, a dexterity saving throw from Arnold and 1 from Enzo at disadvantage.
That's going to be a 17 for me. I'm assuming that fails.
17 is going to pass.
Oh, thank Jesus.
Oh, well, that's a 2.
That's a 2.
That's a 2.
So what's my half damage? The fact that he had to say anything just scares me off.
So it is 29 points of damage to Arnold and 59 points of damage to Enzo.
Holy!
As a gout of lightning kind of exits this central head. The lightning kind of crackles throughout the whole creature, and like it comes out as like a vertical column or horizontal column, from its central core, blasting the 2 of you. And with that, I'm gonna say, Enzo, you can get a free check because it opens its mouth to deliver this lightning. So you can make a athletics or acrobatics check to kind of get out.
22.
22. So you kind of go rolling out of this thing's mouth.
I feel like I got blasted out of its mouth.
So my question is: there a con save high enough that I can make to keep the Shield of Faith up?
Yeah. Well, you took 29, so it's only half of 29.
It was a
29. So that's a 14 is your con check.
Thank you for reminding me.
Con saving throw.
Yes,
Yeah.
con save.
I don't think that's gonna be enough to pass. I'm debating, do I use inspiration or not?
Yo, you're an
That's up to you,
artificer,
man.
right? Oh, you're not high enough level artificer, probably.
No, I'm only level 3.
Oh, you're not all artificer then.
Yes, you know that already. You're the dungeon master. You know what my character is.
Yes, I've memorized all of your character sheets so well.
Of course you did. I think I'll take the inspiration to re-roll that.
Go for it.
All I need is a 14.
That's it.
All right, much better. 21.
All right, Shield of Faith is still up. And the thing is kind of staring you down at the moment there, Arnold. But Burke, you're up.
Okay. I would like to try to are they in immediate danger?
Right now nothing is in melee with it, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
But I mean this thing looks like it's ready to charge over to Arnold.
Okay. I would like to fire an arrow at it again.
Go for
with
it.
my magical bow of magic nonsense. I'm going to use my inspiration because I hate that roll. That was a 4. This is much better. Okay, let's go with 22, 23, 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
All right. So do that. And then so when Burke uses this arrow, he's gonna like pull it back and he whispers something, and the plants just sort of like come alive that on this arrow that from this plant bow that you see, and he fires it. And I want to use the plant growth feature that it has to possibly entangle the creature to prevent it from getting over to my allies, if I can do that.
All right. Let me quick look up.
And I use favored foe too, because I forgot to do that
I'm
last
sorry.
time.
I'm looking at the wrong thing here. You're trying to use the bountiful shot?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that's not a combat thing. That's designed to increase food production and plant production.
Oh, okay. I see.
Fi-
Never mind then. All right, I guess I won't use that then, but I will still deal damage and use my favorite foe that I forgot to use last time, because I'm a smart one who knows things. So I will roll those. That is 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 damage.
All right, let me record the damage here, but let me ask all of you, as we are at time, do we want to press on, finish the combat, or do you want to pick up right here next time?
I'm good either way.
We're starting later than usual anyway. I can't push much further than this.
All right, so we'll call it here. I will denote that it is Dave's turn when we start next, and we'll pick up in combat with what appears to be some kind of bizarre chimeric creature. So thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the links in the description where you can find all of these awesome people. Make sure you tune in next week for some more Dungeons and Delving action. And until next time,
Stay
stay
nerdy.
nerdy.
Nerdy.